if adults and politics don't do something now, it can affect mine and other children's futures.
We need to do something right now. If government does something about it, I think it will get much better.
Lots of children, especially me, have been worrying about climate change and how it can affect us, so it's good to get some answers.
Eliana, what's your question for the Secretary of State?
In your opinion, how serious do you think the matter of climate change is?
So it's a very serious issue. The good news is that I think in the last 10 years in particular, the world has really started to wake up to that. And that does require us, for instance, to phase out the use of petrol and diesel cars and have electric vehicles. And we're aiming to do that by 2030. And it requires us to decarbonise our energy further so that we have more renewable energy.
It's not long off, is it really, when you think about it? This idea to cut the emissions by something like 78% by 2035, I mean, it's less than 15 years away. So are we where we should be?
The point about targets is you set them and then you work towards them. We don't have all of the answers now. If we did, it would be easy, but this is a big challenge, a difficult challenge, and we do need a lot of other technological answers to come through.
Right, let's go to our next question. Alejandro, what is it?
What are you doing to reduce the amount of plastic in the UK?
Well, I think public awareness around plastics and the fact that it doesn't degrade, ends up often in our seas and waters. Because I come from Cornwall, they do beach cleans where they actually survey some of the plastics. And the really encouraging thing is, I went on one beach clean and there wasn't much plastic there for once, where in previous years there's been lots of plastic and it's been quite worrying.
But one of the big concerns I know a lot of people have are the hidden plastics, and wet wipes, surprisingly, sometimes have 20, 30, 40% plastics in them.
Yes, the biggest problem we have with wet wipes is because people don't really understand that they have plastic in them, they often will flush them down toilets, and they do cause blockages, big blockages in the sewer system, all sorts of water quality problems obviously linked to that. So we also want to basically try to change those materials, and it's something we're looking closely at.
So George, we've also got some questions from our viewers that have been sent in to us online. Let's take a look.
How can you convince more people, adults, to help?
We see with Greta Thunberg and our panel here today,
yes,
young people are at the forefront of this.
It has been really heartening how young people have taken this cause to heart.
Do you think adults are doing enough?
They are doing a bit, but I think they could do more.
Yeah.
So they think adults need to do more. How do you get that?
Yes, I think it's very hard because there's always the difficulty that in politics you have to get agreement of everybody else. The really big challenge, and this is what the event in Glasgow is all about, is we are just one country in the world. Because if we do it alone and the rest of the world doesn't, then we won't solve this challenge. It needs the whole world to work together.
I suppose as long as it's not adults who are holding up this issue for the younger generation, because you've spoken about these targets, these commitments, extra taxes and levies that are going to be put on young people as they grow up, will they be paying for the mistakes that adults have made?
Well, we all as a society will be paying because we'll have to do things differently.
Can you guarantee that children won't have to solve the same problems when they're adults in 20 years?
Well, I think I can. It's in our hands to change things. And it's very important that people have the hope that we can do that.
Are you worried about children and how they are currently a generation that are facing a difficult future?
Where I disagree with some of the more vocal campaign groups in this area is there's a danger that they leave everyone with a sense of despair and that we can't do anything, that we're all doomed and that there's nothing that can be done to reverse this. My message to you and to all the young people watching this programme is you must have hope. Big changes are being made. There's more to be done. A lot's been done so far, but we can do this. It's in our hands to do it, and the world recognises how serious this is.